So I am the lead drummer at the Parisport Dover Pipe Band. I'll be drum majoring as well at this year's Basel Tattoo, and I'm also on the board of directors for the band. So my favorite part about being with the Parisport Dover Pipe Band has to be that we're almost like a close-knit family here. It's not just about the music, we're also always out supporting each other when we're playing in solos. We're always hanging out at the pub after practice, and so we have a lot of fun together outside of just band, and I actually really value that because I think that the fact that we can have fun together and we are very close-knit actually comes through in our music as well. So I love having this leadership opportunity. I think it's really brought me out of my shell in terms of playing, leadership, as well as just being a mentor for the other drummers. But I can't take all the credit. I do have a really dedicated and committed team of drummers, and I'm so grateful for that because I can teach them and I can mentor them, but ultimately they're the ones putting the work in. So I'm really proud of how far our drum corps has come so far just in the past couple of years, especially amidst COVID. I contribute to making strategic decisions for the band, so it's really nice because I get to see kind of the business side of things as well. So that could be organizing events or helping solve challenges or problems that we're trying to overcome as a band. So it's really nice to be kind of an inside functioning member of the board. Yeah, so I really value being able to kind of shape the direction in which the band is going in the future. Has given me so many opportunities that I never would have gotten otherwise. For example, just traveling everywhere for tattoos and international festivals. For example, last year we went to the Edinburgh Tattoo, and that was my first ever tattoo, so that was a fun time. I got to meet Princess Anne while being there, so that was an opportunity I never would have had if I wasn't in Parisport Dover. Aside from that, just playing concerts, having hundreds of people watch you, it's really riveting, I guess. But aside from the music, just the opportunity to meet new people. For example, at the tattoo, I met people from every corner of the world, people from New Zealand, the UK, the British Army, Mexico, like everywhere. So I think that was probably the best opportunity that I've gotten with this band, is just meeting a lot of people from a lot of places. So I absolutely loved it. Like I said, that was my first ever tattoo. I plan to do way more in the future. But yeah, I love being able to play in the mass pipes and drums and just meeting new people. But even aside from the social aspect, I got to learn a lot of new music and I expand my music repertoire. I learned about 10 new scores to play as part of our set. And aside from that, you're just surrounded by all these really great drummers at the tattoo, and it makes you want to better yourself. So I really value that experience because it motivated me to become a better drummer when I got back. And I'm also really excited to go to Basel this year. I think it'll be another great opportunity to get to play with some really great pipers and drummers. Surprisingly, no. I fully expected to be very nervous going into the tattoo because the castle fits about 9,000 people per night, and so that sounds a little bit nerve-wracking. But first of all, we were mass pipes and drums, so we were playing with about 9 or 10 other bands, so that does take some of the pressure off of you. But I have to say that it was probably actually the best feeling when you go out there and there's 9,000 people clapping and cheering for the mass pipes and drums. It has to be probably one of the most surreal experiences I've had so far. I think my top piece of advice for somebody who wants to start playing the snare would be to get a qualified and good quality instructor. I've seen so many people who want to start learning snare and they try to learn off YouTube or just try to watch other bands and try and imitate. and that will only take you so far, but it's almost like setting a roadblock in front of you for the future. So I would recommend getting an instructor, getting some lessons in. So I'm going on 4 years of teaching now. I originally started teaching with local cadet squadrons, with some of the other Parasport Dover instructors as well. We taught about 4 different Army and Air Cadet squadrons. And I also give individual lessons here at Parasport Dover for our drum corps. I love teaching just in general, even aside from drumming, because I just like to share knowledge with other people and help people reach their full potential. And so I think that teaching snare drumming is a really fulfilling and rewarding job, being able to shape somebody else's pathway to success when it comes to drumming especially. So private lessons don't always have to be expensive. For example, if you want to learn here at Parasport Dover, we're a teaching band, and the band subsidizes half of the cost of lessons. So there are bands and instructors out there that you can go to where they're pretty inexpensive and they'll give you high quality instruction. If you're looking for lessons, you can go to the Parasport Dover website, their Facebook page, or their Instagram, and they'll have all the information listed out for you there. Like I mentioned, there's a place for everybody here. Our band is primarily a show band, which practices every Wednesday night. If you want to go a step further than that, you can also be part of our competition band. We compete every summer at the Highland Games around Ontario. You could also compete in solo competitions or just in the band competition. Aside from that, even if you don't want to play an instrument, you could come out and volunteer with the band and help us with organizing events, running events, and doing fundraising. So there really is a place for everybody here. So personally, for myself, I would really like to further my own drumming and hopefully one day become a grade 1 drummer in the next few years. But I'd also like to see the whole band progress like that as well. I would like to see us back up at grade 2 or grade 1, hopefully in about 9-10 years' time, playing with top bands.